here is my audience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hello, so today I'm going to be talking to you about the Olympics. The Olympic motto is Citius Altius Fortius, which is Latin for faster, higher, stronger. The intended meaning is for one's focus should be on bettering one's achievement rather than coming in first. The Olympics have always been one of my favorite sporting events to watch. From gymnastics, swimming, volleyball, track meets, to ice skating. These events captivate millions of people around the world every 4 years. This year's Olympics was the most watched television event in U.S. history, according to the HuffingtonPost.com. More than 219.4 million Americans tuned in to watch this year's Olympics. The 2012 Olympics beat out the 2008 Beijing Olympics, which brought in 215 million viewers, where the primetime broadcast averaged 31.1 million viewers, which makes this the largest non-U.S. based Olympics in 36 years. The Olympics is the oldest athletic competition, dating all the way back to 776 BC, according to the official Olympics website, Olympic.org. Today I would love to share with you some of the interesting facts about the Olympics. I will begin going over the history of the Olympics, the meaning behind the symbols for the Olympics, some controversies surrounding the Olympics, where the Olympics are today, and where they're going forward. Let's get started. Did you know the very first Olympic gold medalist was a naked runner? His name is Corbus. He was a cook from a small town of Olympus. He won the sole event, a run of approximately 210 yards. According to legend, the Olympic Games were founded by Hercules, the son of a Greek god Zeus. The ancient Olympic Games were a religious and athletic festival held every 4 years. These games were mainly athletic, but featured combat and chariot racing events. According to the legend, it was Hercules who started calling these games Olympics and felt that they should be held every 4 years. After Hercules completed his hours of labor, it was said that he built the first Olympic stadium in his honor of his father, Zeus. The most commonly accepted date for the start of the Olympics is 776 BC. This date is based on inscriptions found at Olympia. The inscriptions were a list of winners of a foot race that dated every 4 years. The ancient games consisted of the following: a pentathlon, which consisted of a foot race, javelin, discus, jumping events, and wrestling. Boxing and wrestling and equestrian events were also part of the Olympic Games. The Olympic victor would receive his award immediately following the completion of his event. Following the announcement of his name by the herald, the Greek judge would place a palm branch in his hand while spectators cheered and threw flowers at him. Red ribbon would then be tied to his hands and his head as a sign of victory. The official award ceremony would take place on the last day of the games in the official temple of Zeus. The herald, in a loud voice, would call out the winner's name, his father's name, and his home name. Then, the sacred olive tree wreath would be placed on the winner's head. The Olympic Games then continued on for 12 centuries, until Emperor Theodorus declared in 393 AD that such all pagan cults should be banned, because back then the Olympic Games were closely linked to cults with religious festivals, according to Greece. The Olympic rings and the torch are some of the most recognizable symbols around the world. Pieces of Olympic-sized rings is a different color. Together they represent the 5 inhabited continents: Africa, America, Asia, Australia, and Europe. The rings are interlaced to represent that the idea of the Olympics are universal, bringing athletes around the world together. The Olympic rings are placed on a white flag, as every nation in the world contains at least one of the flag's 6 colors: black, blue, green, red, yellow, and white. The rings were designed in 1912 in Scotland, which were the first rings ever added. All 5 continents were represented. The rings were going to be revealed in 1916, but those games were canceled due to World War I. So the rings made their debut in 1920 in the games in Berlin. The Olympic flame is in front of the room protests. Here are some of the top Olympic controversies according to the historyofolympics.com. In 1936, Hitler attended the Olympic Games. He was ready to show the world his athletes. However, an African-American runner, Jesse Owens, defeated all of Hitler's athletes in the track and field events. Jesse won 4 gold medals that day, and Hitler refused to give him his medals. Later on, Jesse was awarded his medals, while Hitler and his athletes protested the events and left all the Olympic events. Another controversial moment was Black September in Munich. Palestinian guerrilla forces took hostage members of an Israel soccer team. They were a terrorist group named Black September, and they were trying to secure the release of Palestinian prisoners that were being held in Israel. Israel reported they were offered large sums of money to release the hostages, but all talks of money were turned down. Several Olympic athletes on the team were shot and killed during this event as a result of an unsuccessful rescue attempt. The Cold War resulted in boycotts of the Games. Many countries felt the invasion was wrong, and this resulted in a huge boycott during the Moscow Games in 1980. The heads of 80 states chose to pull their athletes from the Games, and only 67 countries completed the Games, which was the least amount of participating countries since 1954. Other controversies include the 1999 the Olympic Committee bribery scandal, where several committee members were bribed to hold the Games in Utah. In 1996, the Atlanta summer bombing. In 1994, the attack on Tonya Harding against Nancy Kerrigan. African nations boycotted the Games in 1976. And then America's greatest athlete of the century, John Thorpe, being stripped of his medals. Where the Olympics are now. From 241 participants representing 14 nations in 1896, the Olympics have now grown to run 10,500 competitors in 204 nations around the world. The 2012 London Olympic Games just wrapped up, and there were some great moments. Here are some of the most memorable moments from this last month, according to FoxSports.com. Women's boxing officially became a sport, and these women immediately won the hearts of millions around the world. Kim Rhode became the first American to medal in 5 consecutive Olympics. Her event was skeet shooting. This year, she hit an impressive 99 out of 100 shots. The South African double amputee who advanced to the semifinal in the 400. The gymnastics team won their first gold medal in the all-around won their first gold medal in the all-around on foreign soil. Usain Bolt winning the 100 and 200 again. And Michael Phelps becoming the winningest Olympic of all time. The following games will be played in 2014, the Winter Games in Russia, and 2016, the Summer Games in Rio. It will be really exciting to see how over these next few years just how much these games change and evolve. Today I have shared with you the history of the Olympics, facts of the symbols, controversies surrounding the Olympics, and what the Olympics offer to us today. I'm leaving you today with the official creed of the Olympics. The most important thing in the Olympics Games is not to win, but to take part. Just as the most important thing in life is not the triumph, but the struggle. The essential thing is not to have conquered, but to have fought well. Thank you for coming today, and yeah, I'm done. And here is my crowd again. Thank you, everybody, for coming.